Hey everybody, it's Bob LPs and welcome to my Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. This is included in the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD remix that was just released today on September 10th, 2013 in North America. I believe it comes out in a few days for the UK, at least that's what I've heard. It doesn't release on the same day as us, so it kind of sucks for you guys, but hey, you're gonna get it in a few days, at least it's not several months. Anyway, this is the first time this game's actually been released outside of Japan, so I just cannot wait to play it. But I have beaten the regular version on the PlayStation 2 several times, so this is no way going to be a blind LP. In fact, I'm going to be aiming for 100% completion. Anyway, let's click on the final mix option. I will be LPing the other two games eventually, but as for now, I'm just going to worry about final mix. I'm not going to promise the other two at any certain day or anything. So let's not worry about that. And yay, trophy data. We care. We care so much. Thank you, Sony, for giving us trophies. Thank you. Sarcasm all around. Anyway. Alright, so for those of you that for some reason don't know, this is a collaboration between Disney and Square Enix, so it's basically Final Fantasy, Disney, and random new characters that are formed for Kingdom Hearts specifically. So yeah, anyway, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, as I was saying, it's going to be my first time playing through, but I do know the entire game, as far as the regular version goes, is just going to be HD. Completely reorchestrated soundtrack, which is going to be amazing. I cannot wait to hear all those songs throughout the entire game. But anyway, let's click new game, and here you get to select the difficulty level. Yeah, beginner was not going to happen. So I went on Facebook and Twitter and said, hey, do you guys want me to do the standard mode or the proud mode? And, yeah, I don't even know why I bothered asking. So yes, Final Mix regular mode is a balance mode recommended for first timers, but Final Mix proud mode is gonna be tough enemies. Like, that's all you really need to worry about. You're gonna do a bit less damage to enemies, and they're gonna be doing a bit more damage to you. That's pretty much all proud mode really is. So it won't make too much of a difference until we get to boss battles, which I'm really not concerned about. So anyway, select camera settings. This is finally changed. I'll get into that later, but for now, let's put it on manual. Vibration settings on, of course. Proceed. And like I said earlier, actually, I don't think I said this yet, but basically, I'm going to be commentating throughout the entire LP, except for cutscenes. So, right now, shh.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
So much to do, so little time. Take your time. Don't be afraid. The door's still shut. Now, step forward. Can you do it? Yeah, sure. Great. It's so hard to step forward. Yeah, left analog stick to move, and we're gonna be going over all the buttons in this kind of lengthy opening tutorial. But basically, what I'm about to go over isn't really set flat out, so I'll try to explain as best I can. Before I actually start moving, oh, okay, circle the jump, great, okay, whatever. But anyway, what I said I was gonna get into earlier was now you can use your right analog stick to move the camera instead of just L2 and R2. And unfortunately, I cannot change whether it's inverted or not, but I will at some point during this tutorial. Anyway, you got the sword, the shield, and the staff. Now, the real names are like Dream Sword, Dream Shield, and this isn't called the Dream Staff. I don't know why I'm having trouble remembering what it's actually called, but yeah, it's essentially a magic staff. If you pick the sword, you're gonna have more attack powers during the game. The staff, you're gonna have more magic power through the game, and shield, you're gonna have more HP and defenses. So you kind of have to decide which you want to play with based on your play style. So personally, I always go with the sword. I went with the staff once, but now I'm just like, I really don't see much use for it, because I think physical attack power is more useful and more used than magic in this game, at least. So now you choose whichever one you want, and then you also have to give one up. So now our strength is going to be boosted. Now we have to have one that's really not going to level up too much throughout the entire game. Now, I did say magic's not that useful all the time, but it's still useful nonetheless. So I'm going to get rid of, if I can land on the platform. Land on the platform. There we go. The power of the Guardian. Kindness to aid friends, a shield to repel all. Now, as much as I would love to be the friend zone Guardian, you've chosen the power of the warrior. You've given up the power of the Guardian. Is this the form you choose? Yes. And the fact that I'm on proud mode or expert mode, whatever you want to call it, like I said earlier, bosses are going to be a little bit hard. So the fact that I just gave up the shield may hurt me a little bit, but I'm not really all that much concerned. If I do have points where I'm really having trouble with bosses, I could just do a little bit level grinding off screen, or just speed through it and show it on camera just to show that I'm not cheating in any way, which I really don't think you can cheat. I can't think of a way you can. I don't know if there's Game Shark Action Replay on the PS3, but whatever. You've gained the power to fight. Press X to attack. Okay. So here we're going to go through most of the basic tutorials, which I'll try to explain as quick as I can because the game does kind of drag it all out. I just skipped through HP and MP, which I'll explain when we actually do get into a fight, which we're about to get into right now. Okay, you can press R1 to lock on to enemies. And once you kill one of these guys, they're going to go away. You can kill two in one combo if you can, but yeah, it's really not worth the time to try. You gain experience by defeating enemies with enough experience, you gain a level. Furthermore, defeated enemies sometimes leave items behind. You can take these items by walking up to them, when I'll show that stuff off later. But anyway, the HP and MP. HP stands for health points, which most people should know. And right here they're gonna explain lock on, which I already explained. R1. There you go. And now you actually have to fight everybody, and you can see right there I took out two of them with one swing. That's what I could have done before, but it's alright. Anyway, HP is the little green bar, which once that reaches 0, you die. The MP is magic points, which we can't even worry about right now. Like, we don't have any magic attacks, so you don't need to worry about that at all toward the beginning of the game. I don't even know why they showed it, honestly, because you can't mess with it yet, but we'll get into that A few episodes from now, honestly. It's a wee bit into the game. God, so far, just the visuals so much crispier and clearer than the original. I love it so much. And here we're about to get into a new addition to the final mix. There's a field icon. It pops up whenever a special command is available. We can press triangle now. For those of you that play Kingdom Hearts 2, you should know that you were able to use triangle to do a bunch of stuff throughout the game. That has returned along with the right analog stick controlling the camera. So, great addition. Instead of having to scroll through the commands, select, it sucked before. I didn't think too much of it when the game first came out, but ever since I played newer versions, like, well, okay, not newer version, but newer games, looking back at it, I hate it so much. So yeah, the triangle is going to be used for a bunch of commands, pretty much all of them. Alright, and here, let's lock on this so I can just get on it real quick. Excuse me, there we go. Okay, so you can push this, and you can also smash them! Sword smash! Sometimes destroying objects yield items, and you can use items with the item command. Those will not be automatically triggered with a reaction command triangle button. So, you can set shortcuts for that later, but I'm not even going to worry about that right now. Let's see. Alright, and right here, it was explained that to switch between targets you're locked onto, just press L2 after you've already locked onto something with R1. And it says you can lift it, but I'm going to just skip that and break this anyway. Alright, and now? Blinding light! Yeah, I'm trying to speed through the tutorial as much as I possibly can because this is pretty lengthy and I want to get to the actual game. Because many people do already know this, and for those of you that don't, I can explain it much quicker and simpler than what they're actually giving you. And some things I can explain that they don't explain to you at all. Like here, first tell me more about yourself. And they say you can press select to go into first person view, which is amazing with this freaking HD remake. Speaking of which, this HD remake is actually completely remade. Like, a lot of the character models and stuff were completely lost before they started the production of this. So, kudos to everyone who made this game. It looks amazing, especially since they made it from scratch. But anyway, here, we're going to talk to people. Alright, what's most important to you? We're going to get into who these people are later. For those of you that either played Kingdom Hearts or at least played the Final Fantasy games where they originated, you know who these people are, but anyway, we'll cover them later. What's most important to you? Being number one, friendship, and my prized possessions. Now, what you pick here is actually going to change the outcome of the game. So, real quick, I'm just going to click the first one on all these. What do you want out of life? To see rare sights. I'm kind of skipping ahead of myself. I'm reading like 2 sentences at once in my head, and I say them out loud at the same time. It's weird. Anyway, what are you so afraid of? Getting old. Getting old? Is that really so scary? Well, yeah. I can't fight anymore if I'm that old. Don't let Bruce Wayne and Master Fong and Master Roshi tell you otherwise. Okay, anyway. I can't believe I referenced like 3 TV shows in this first episode. Anyway, your adventure begins at dawn. As long as the sun is shining, your journey should be a pleasant one. Now, these things are kind of literal, but they don't explain themselves too well. Your adventure begins at dawn. You can ignore that line entirely. As long as the sun is shining, your journey should be a pleasant one. So that pretty much means that this is all about experience. So, toward the beginning of the game, you're going to level up faster. Like, it's going to take less experience to get to the next level every time. Well, not every time. It's going to... Instead of going from 5 experience needed to 20, it's going to be like 5 to 10, and then 20, and then so on and so forth. It's not going to increase as much. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you the other 2 options. Alright, after picking all the middle options, you're going to get this. Your adventure begins at midday. Keep a steady pace and you'll come through fine. Again, pretty much quite literal. This time, your experience is going to increase gradually, but at an even steady pace. So like if you looked at a line graph or something, the first option starts really high and then curves down sharply. This option is pretty much a linear path that just goes at a straight line. Now the last option, I find it kind of ironic that I'm showing this off last, and one of the options was I'm afraid of being indecisive. But anyway, your adventure begins in the dead of the night. Your road won't be easy, but a rising sun awaits your journey's end. This basically means it's going to be really hard at the beginning to level up, but as you go through the game and as you approach the end, it's going to get easier and easier and easier to level up. So that'll pretty much make the end of the game easy as long as you make it that far. So my personal preference is all the first options. So I'd much rather level up quickly at the beginning and then just level up slowly later in the game, because once you're at a certain point of the game, I find that really the leveling up just becomes balanced in a way. I mean, at that point of the game, everything's worth so much experience anyway. Leveling up really won't take that long. So honestly, this in some ways is considered to be the hardest way and the easiest way. For me, it's mostly leaning toward the easiest way, so sounds good. The day you will open the door is both far off and very near. And I probably won't even explain that quote until the very end of the game. Alright, let's step forward into this light. Press the start button to open the menu screen. In the main menu, you can do things like blah 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 blah. Pretty much any normal start menu stuff. However, you can't open the main menu during battle. And what do? You can't open the menu because they're doing a cutscene. And you're about to start a battle. They pretty much said, hey! You could be anything you want to be in life. Too bad you gotta scrub floors and do dishes now. Like, seriously, this is the worst thing they could have done. But anyway, here I'm pretty much just gonna hammer away at them until I kill them all. And you can see that they're dropping these little green orbs. That's HP balls, basically. And you can see in the bottom right corner, I'm increasing my health whenever I collect them. And if you're playing on standard or beginner mode, these guys really won't be doing that much damage to you at all. And right there you saw my strength increase. I think that's the first level up you get regardless, but later on in the game, whenever you level up, you get different stat increases based on the items you chose. One huge one that I really want to have at around level 15, I believe. Hopefully it's level 15, because that's really what I'm remembering. Only appears at level 15 when you've chosen the sword. So yeah, I kind of want this. Anyway, let's go on this. This is a save point. Touch save points to recover HP and MP. And these aren't going to be just anywhere. These are going to be in like safe areas and like places where you can talk to people, not anywhere where you're actually going to do fighting. This is a once in an entire game situation right here. Alright, real quick, I'll just show off the save menu. Wow, this is taking a while to save. Anyway. Okay, so whenever you save, it's going to tell you the location you're at, how much money you have, what level you're at. Money we'll get into just barely earlier than when we actually get into magic. Time is self-explanatory. I've already been playing this game for 19 minutes and 5 seconds, so I have no idea how long the actual video is. But let's try to hurry this up. Party, no available party member. Party member. Once again, won't be happening until the time when we get magic, so really nothing I can go over at this point Except climb the magical staircase that doesn't connect. I would try to explain to you why you don't trip over these little cracks when you step on them, but nope. The closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes. Science! Don't be afraid. 'Cause this is science! Don't forget, this is science! Alright, now, here, I'll explain the simple way and the quick way to beat him, but there's something I really want to do instead. Here, avoid all this. Now, alright, let's turn around and lock on. I don't know what I'm locked on to. Okay, anyway, you can start beating the crap out of his hand right now, but I really don't want to do that. And I'll explain why in just a moment, but for now, let's just get rid of these guys. Alright, come on, get out. Okay, now, hurry up and center yourself with him. Alright, is he gonna do it right now? Perfect, okay. Now, this. You can see right there I'm getting tech points. I'm basically attacking the little orb as it gets to me. And I'm doing a special skill pretty much. And you saw I just leveled up. When it said Tech 1P and Tech 2P, I'm literally gaining experience every time I do that. So you saw from the little guys, I was only getting 1 experience when I killed them. This guy, I smack an orb back, I do 1 damage just for hitting it back, and it's automatically going to make contact, so it does another 2 points. So right there, I think I got like 15 experience or something around that area, because it was 3 points every time I hit him. And okay, let's see, he sent out 3 orbs, and then he sent out 3 at once, so it's either 12 or 15, because I forget which, I forgot if he shot 3 orbs once or twice. But anyway, I think he goes up to 5. And the 5 is kind of hard to hit, but it's possible. But anyway, I'm going to try this again, and I think you can pretty much level up 2 or 3 times before you even leave the tutorial area. Otherwise, you're only going to level up once. Alright, that's 2 level ups, and kill. And yeah, I just did the jump and swing effect for myself because they always go into that slow motion. I love how they do that. Oh, and speaking of the sword disappearing, I just remembered. Just for giggles, pick the shield. If you pick up this game before you actually start playing for real, pick up the shield. It is hilarious to watch you use a shield as a weapon and swing it around like the sword. You hold the mightiest weapon of all. The sword. Yes, not the shield. So don't forget. This is science!